so we could like talk about what's going on and stuff like that because we've been watching it as it comes out together, and that's been exciting. This is my first time like watching it as it comes out, and it was definitely like really, I felt a lot more like connected to the people playing, I guess you could say, because I feel like if you binge watch episodes, you focus more on the challenges and like less on the people and like their actions and stuff. But watching it like one episode per week, you really like digest what people are doing and can think about things and stuff like that. So yeah, I might watch season 51 when it comes out. There's like a trailer for it. Apparently it's like very crazy, like not as crazy as 50, but like fun is what Jeff called it. So yeah, but yeah, it was like the reunion, and throughout the reunion they mix in what like the last episode like would be. So sorry about that. Um, they yeah, so they mix in like what the last episode would be. Really quick, I'm gonna move this to the other side so I can put my notebook on this side. Okay, it's kind of in frame now. This is like the base of it, but okay. So yeah, I have like a list of things that I want to touch on. So let's see. Some things are from this episode, and then some things are just from the whole season. So this episode, if you don't watch Survivor, you never watched it and don't know what it's about, this can be pretty confusing to you because there's a lot of like interesting things, like when you get down to a certain amount of people and like the jury and the final thing and like who's on the jury and all that kinds of thing, all those kinds of things. So it's gonna be a bit confusing to you. It would take a very long time to explain it all, I think, so just bear with me if you've never seen it before. But basically the jury is like, once you get to like 10 people or something like that, every person after that that's voted out is on the jury, and then the jury votes from the final three who like the winner is. And so this season the three finalists were Joe, Aubrey, and Jonathan. Not at all who I wanted in the final three, not even a little bit. But the thing is that I wrote down is, it's like your favorite player is rarely gonna win because they got voted out because they're everybody's favorite player. So like the players that are well loved by the people on the jury and that make all these like smart game moves and stuff like that, like they almost never win, especially now, like they call it like new age. They almost never win because like if somebody's really good, I don't want to go to the finals with them because I know they're gonna win. I'm gonna want to go to the finals with people I know that I can beat. So it gets hard when there were like 5 weeks in a row where all my favorite people kept getting voted out. Like, oh, I want blah blah to win. Okay, well he got voted out. Okay, now I want him to win. Oh, he got voted out. I want her to win. Oh, she got voted out. Like, so the end, like the middle, towards the end of the middle of the season, if that makes sense, the middle, end, and middle, all of my favorite people kept getting voted out. So, who I really wanted to win was Christian Hubicki. I think he's so funny. I think he played with emotion when he needed to. He's like seriously just so funny. He's so quirky and like nerdy and just like so I wanted him to win so bad. And then he got that stupid Jimmy Fallon vote where he had to vote for himself. And because like he's such a threat, like people have been wanting to get him out. So they gave him like he didn't have a vote, basically, is what it meant. And there was an extra vote on him because he had to vote for himself. So he couldn't vote for somebody else. So they already had like another number on him. And that him getting voted out really screwed the rest of his alliance. Like it screwed up the whole game. Stupid fucking Jimmy Fallon screwed up the whole game. Because that led to Rick Devens getting voted out and Emily getting voted out and all these people that were in the same alliance and Suri getting voted first, I didn't really like him at all. But then towards the middle of the season, he was just so happy and so like positive, and I started to really, really root for him. And he was like a lot of fun to watch with that and stuff, and like taking risks and stuff like that, and all these things. And then he got voted out, unfortunately. And then Emily, I cannot stand Emily. I was so glad when she got voted out. Oh my goodness, she's so annoying. Suri, felt so bad for Suri. Suri and Ozzy. Ozzy kind of bit himself in the ass with what he did. Is that the word? Bit himself in the foot. Shot himself in the ass. Bit himself in the foot. I think that's what it is. With like him telling Aubrey all of his secrets, and she brought that up in the jury. Like the jury does like questioning at the end. She brought that up as well, like how she had a big part in Ozzy getting voted off and whatever. But yeah, I liked him. Obviously Suri is amazing. She's such a good player. She like has this like magical ability of like switching the votes around. It's insane. She ended up winning. I didn't even know this was a thing. Like Sia, like the singer, picks her favorite person from the show and like gives them like a prize. So she got like $100,000, like the Sia prize or whatever. So I was really happy about that. Let me cross off what I've talked about so far. Sia winning prize. Okay. You want to do everything? Wow, that's a lot to talk about. But yeah, so Cerise did get a prize. But one thing I wanted to talk about was so Aubrey won, and like I said, she was like by far who I wanted to win out of the three of them. Which I'll talk about in a second. But she got $2 million because like the Mr. Beast challenge thingy that Rick Devens did got them an extra $1 million in their pot. But she also got a car. And Jeff's reasoning was like, the people who win the cars never win Survivor. Like they win the car in the challenge and then they never end up winning. Nobody has won a car and won Survivor. So he was like, so what if you win first and then you win the car? And I was like, I feel like you just won $2 million. I think you can give the car to somebody else. But I think it was an ugly car anyways, no offense if you have that car. I don't remember what it's called. It was some Toyota like SUV type thing. It was a weird looking car. But I mean she was happy about it, but who wouldn't be? Like, I don't know, if I got it for free I'd be pretty happy too, but like why did you give her this free car? I don't know. Okay, so I did feel bad that Joe did not get any votes from the jury. That's like, it's really sad. So Jonathan got 3 votes, and then so Aubrey would have gotten like 9, maybe 8. I don't really know how many people were on the jury. But Aubrey got all the rest of the votes. Joe did not get any votes, which made me really sad because I don't know, just like I just feel bad. But also, Joe did not deserve any votes. I don't know why people would vote for him. Like, he didn't do anything wrong, but he didn't do anything right either. Like, he was so, like, such a follower. He was like Jonathan's little puppy dog following behind him, like, doing whatever Jonathan told him to. And he, like, yeah, he would think about things, like, depending on what information he heard, he was swayed very easily. But then, like, when he was talking, he was swayed very easily, and, like, listen to all this information because like people knew that he wouldn't really do anything with the information. And then so he like learned a lot of stuff, and then he would basically just do whatever Jonathan told him to do. So he was like Jonathan's little lapdog, just doing whatever. So he did make a decent case for himself at the jury, better than I would have thought, but obviously not like he didn't really have a major impact on the game. He was like a part of a lot of the big votes, like he was like a deciding factor in a lot of them, but just from a numbers standpoint, not from a strategical standpoint, or like him blindsiding people. Like he just did whatever Jonathan told him to. So they had like 2 numbers there because it was like him and Jonathan were like just about a package deal. So that was annoying to me. Also Joy annoyed the piss out of me when like the whole season, especially the first half of the season, So 2 people got voted off in that episode. It was Suri and I don't remember who the other person was. Suri and I don't know. But 2 people got voted off in that episode. Like separate councils, because there was one other time that like 2 people got voted off in the same tribal council, but this one was just in the same episode. Anyways, okay, so anyways, in that episode, so it had been like the alliance of, oh, that might have been when Tiff got voted out. No, she got voted out in this one. I don't know. But there was like the alliance of, so there would have been 5 people left, and Rizzo, Joe, Aubrey, and Jonathan had an alliance and had been like gunning to get Tiff out. Now this was when there were 6 people left. They were gunning to get Tiff out. Yeah, because this one they got Suri out. And then like they were all working together on the immunity challenge. So there's 6 people. These 5 people are all working together to solve one puzzle, an immunity challenge, to get out Tiff, because Tiff became a threat at the end. I wanted her to win so bad. She was so close. But Tiff was on her own over here. Well, so these 3 people were helping 2 of the guys. The 2 guys were trying to do the puzzle at the same time, just to like see who could finish it first, whatever. Like, so like 2 of them could win. These 3 people were all helping. So it was Rizzo, Aubrey, and Suri were all helping Jonathan and Joe try to do the puzzle. Well, they did it. They finished it, but they both finished it wrong. So this whole time, Tiff is on her own little area over here, and she gets it done and gets immunity. You guys, I started crying. I was like so happy for her because they had all been working against her. I like, oh my gosh, I started crying. I don't even know if she was crying, but I was crying because I felt so happy for her getting to win that immunity in such an important time, because she was gonna go home, and it's evident, like she knew she was gonna go home. They basically told her like, you're going home. And but then it sucked because the next tribal, she was literally inches away from winning in the puzzle over Jonathan, and then he just snuck in there and got the puzzle done. So frustrating. But so Jonathan won immunity, and then Tiff got voted out. But I loved how honest she was in the jury. She was so funny. And I just really started to love her. Like, she didn't get a lot of screen time in the beginning. She didn't really do anything important, but I really liked her. I really wanted her to win out of everybody that was left, at least. But I would have been happy, really happy if she won, but she did not. So that's another thing. Like, she was a very, very strong, very good at, like, she did good on the social side and all aspects of it. So of course she got voted out. So because Aubrey was like kind of skated by up until the end, and then she started to make really big moves at the end. So that was kind of how she won and convinced. Because like part of the jury, when you're making your case, is talking about what you've done up to that point and why you deserve to win. So once I led the Aussie vote, I led the Suri vote, I got the vote flipped, and Aubrey's name had been thrown out there almost every single tribal council, and she never got voted out. So that's very impressive. And I didn't really realize that until she said it, and I was like, wow, that's so true. So like having Suri did an amazing job at that too. Like Suri is